Today we're discussing Wonka. It's the prequel movie of the Willy Wonka franchise, third installment overall, and it stars Timothée Chalamet. This movie tells the origin story of Willy Wonka's chocolate enterprise and the corrupt chocolatier cartel who tried preventing his mass success. When the trailer of Wonka dropped, I had no hope. This movie did not look good. It was one of the worst trailers of the year. Timothée Chalamet looked like he was completely miscast as Willy Wonka. But Chalamet is someone I didn't know could sing, and he is pretty talented at doing so. Overall, he's surprisingly good in the movie. His charisma is through the roof, he's constantly jolly and very animated. You grow to like his goofy persona, but it's up to you if this is the version of Willy Wonka in a prequel form that you are satisfied with. Some people were not happy with the casting of Timothée Chalamet. He certainly would not have been at the top of my list, but he's the one we got because he's one of the most popular young actors out there. So I don't blame them for casting him, although I would have picked somebody else as my first choice. For those who saw the trailer, I don't think there were many people who had an interest in anybody else's performance other than Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka and Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. I was worried about that character too. I thought he'd be very annoying, but luckily he's not in the movie that much, and when he's on screen, he's actually pretty funny. I do like Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. I was shocked by this. Now, the best term to describe Wonka is silly. People have called this movie charming, but seriously, who uses that word in real life? I've never heard one person during a conversation use the word charming like, oh, that's so charming. It's such a stupid word to use because nobody uses it. Wonka is just a silly movie in that it'll be something children enjoy more than adults, in my opinion, particularly the kids that love musicals. I don't love musicals, as you know, and I'm not a child. I am 26 years old, so I don't think I was the target audience for Wonka, but many would argue this is a movie both children and adults can enjoy, but I don't see how that's the case. At least not for the entire movie. I'm a huge fan of the first two Wonka films though, and grew up watching them as a kid. But imagine if I was an adult when I saw the first Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Do you think I would like those movies as much as I do now? I don't think so. I think I would still like them and probably like them more than this movie, but there's something about watching these movies as a kid that makes them feel more special and quality-wise better. Either way, I still consider these two movies a classic. Believe it or not though, I wasn't against the crazy nature that Wonka had to offer. There were times where I laughed, moments I had fun watching. If you're making a bonkers Wonka movie, you may as well go all out, and this movie does exactly that. And the environment for such a movie is perfect. Between the set design, costumes, musical numbers, special effects, it was the right blend to bring us into the magic of this world. I was blown away by the surroundings this film offered to the characters. It made it feel like they were literally in the 1900s. I couldn't believe how good this movie looked. Also, it is one of the most well-executed musicals I've seen in the last couple of years. It's up there for one of the best executed next to West Side Story. The musical numbers are off the charts. They're very good. Everything from editing to synchronization for the dancers is top-tier filmmaking. With all these praises being said, this is still a predictable movie, which I found unfortunate. I was hoping there would be some surprises in this Wonka movie, but there's nothing new here. It's by the numbers. You know exactly what's going to happen the moment that everything falls into place plot-wise. Whether it's the main story of Willy versus the cartel or some of the side stories like Hugh Grant's Oompa Loompa, I wish the film took more chances because I want to be taken through a loop of surprises. It gets tiring seeing movies I can predict from beginning to end over and over again, and I guess Wonka just being here at the end of the year was the nail on the coffin for me in terms of 2023 movies I could predict. Again, Timothée Chalamet, despite not being my first pick to play a younger version of Willy Wonka, is better than what the trailers lead on. The sets are immaculate, the songs are precisely executed, it's happy and feel good, kids will definitely enjoy Wonka. I was disappointed by the movie's predictability, and sometimes it's too silly, but compared to the trailer, I think it's an alright time spent at the movies, believe it or not. So I'm handing Wonka a 6 out of 10. Alright, for those of you who have also seen Wonka, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.